Hi, how are you guys doing? Today we're going to feature a effect pedal from Origin Effects. This is the Origin Effects Deluxe 55. I want to thank Origin Effects, especially Jacob, for passing me this pedal for review. I've always been a fan of Origin Effects ever since I played my first Origin Effects pedal, which is the Kelly 76. And after that, I'm just a die-hard fan. And I want to thank Origin Effects for actually passing me quite a lot of pedals for review. And I have it in my pedal board, and they are a joy to play with. Now this is an analog recreation of the famous Fender Tweed 55, based on the 5E3 circuit. And if y'all would know about the 5E3 circuit, which was developed by Leo Fender, it became a sort of a inspiration for the many amps to come in the future, including the Bogner's and whatever you have, the high gain amps and all that. So there are a lot of history tying to the 5E3 circuit, which is from the Fender Tweed Deluxe. Now the Fender Deluxe 55 is not a big amp, but it packs a punch, especially when you crank up the volume as well as the tone, and it kind of overdrives the amp into a point where saturation happens, and you can get kind of like a fuzz-like thing going on, which has been recreated faithfully in this pedal, which is so awesome. And not only do you have the fuzz-like, you also have a little bit of pumping. You know what I mean. For those of you guys who have been playing like with fuzz pedals or with amps that are like almost blowing on the verge of blowing up, that kind of pumping, and it's nice. It takes you back to an era which has been forgotten by many, but nevertheless it is a nice pedal. So you have basically a foot switch to turn the pedal on and off, in and out, and a 9-volt power in. Right now you also have 2 knobs or 4 knobs on the front. The first 2 knobs will control the level as well as the drive, and the bottom 2 knobs will control the post EQ as well as the tone, which I'm going to talk about later. Now there are 2 dip switches here, right? And the top one is a preamp switch, which lets you switch from a 12AY7 to a 12AX7. The Fender Deluxe 55 comes with the 12AY7, but a lot of people have modded this amp by installing 12AX7 tubes in it, and it is a different kind of sound. So a lot of people swap tubes. Like, you know, I have a Mesa Boogie here, which is tube driven. I used to have an old Lange tube amp, which I swapped tubes, and I found that by swapping out little different tubes, I get different sounds. So this is what they do when they mod their old Fender Deluxe 55. Now the bottom dip switch will let you decide where do you want to hook this up to. Like, for example, if I have it on my pedal board and I'm going to a Fender amp or a Fender-like amp, like a twin reverb or this Fender Deluxe Tone Master, which is after all considered as one of the brighter sounding amps, like maybe the Roland JC120, then you switch it to the first position, which is on the extreme left. And then if you're hooking this up to a more fuller, bassier amp, like a Bassman or maybe a Marshall amp, or I don't know, maybe the amp you're choosing, which sounds really fat, then you switch to the extreme right, which will kind of like bring out a little bit more high frequencies to compensate the amps that you're using on stage. Now in the middle position is where it gets interesting. This is where you are able to hook this pedal up directly to your interface and henceforth to your door, in which case you put it to the middle, you know, so it bypasses all the post EQs and filters. And then you have the tone, which is self-explanatory. You know, you just bring up the high frequency, cut down the high frequency and all that. But there's a catch to it. If you bring it all the way up, it adds to that drive that we're talking about on the Fender amp. It faithfully recreates that, which is so cool, right? So when you're hooking this pedal up to your interface and to your door, Origin Effects is so generous to all of us by providing a bunch of IRs for our perusal. So all these are available in their website. The links are in the description. Take a look at it. If you want to download, if you're using IRs, download them. You know, they're pretty good IRs, I must say. So I was hooking this up on the second demo to my interface and to my door, and using the Origin Effects Deluxe 55 IRs. There are 3, in fact there are more than 3, so I used the medium one just to hear how it sounds like, and it's nice. So all it takes is just a couple of adjustments on the volume, on the levels, and it's up and running, and it sounds great, you know. So whatever you're hearing, the post effects are all on the door, like in the plugins from the door, the Helix native. So the reverb and the delays, they're all from the door. And whatever you're hearing on the second demo is just this, or rather this Kali 76 to this, directly to interface, and then using the Origin Effects Deluxe 55 IRs. Now as far as playing through the amp, is guitar directly to the Kali 76 stack, to the Deluxe 55, and then to the amp. No other effects were turned on. So every time-based effects that you hear are all post, again, through the Helix native and my door. And I had it switch to the first position, you know, the switch, the post EQ mode, to the extreme left, because this is after all a Fender Deluxe duplicate. In any case, this is a analog recreation of the Fender Tweed Deluxe in this tiny pedal, which boggles my mind, you know. And if you have been watching my past videos, my past 2 videos, I've been using this on the songs, on the demos, you know, and it sounds great. So using this pedal in my pedal board broadens my tonal landscape in many ways, because the Deluxe reverb has a certain sound, right? But having this just adds another dimension to it. And I can use this as a overdrive unit if I want to, but I'd rather not. I'd rather have it, like, you know, dialed down to about 9, having that kind of like semi-drive kind of sound, which is really nice for the Americana kind of sound. it's nice, and if you have it with delays and reverb, it just sounds so cool. Now, I was using my James Tyler Studio Elite as well as my Yamaha SA2200 just to showcase how these two different guitars will fare with this pedal. And I must say it works wonderfully. It sounded great. And again, like I said, it is a great addition to any pedal board. And if you choose to record this through this pedal and use this pedal as a recording tool on your little home studio, it works well too with the IRs provided by Origin Effects. Now again, I want to thank Origin Effects for passing me this pedal. Now, doing a review of a pedal takes a lot of work, especially when I have to do the backing track from scratch. So all the guitars that are in the backing track was all recorded with the DELUXE55, except the bass, of course. So if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, feel free to do it. Press that thanks button just next to the download, and I will really appreciate it. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, press that bell for notification of future videos that follow, and be part of the patrons to support this channel. I would appreciate it. I thank all my patrons for the wonderful support and love. Thank you so much, guys. So in the meantime, please take care of yourself, and I'll see you real soon. Cheerio.